apologize to those of you who are hungry right now and have to watch me eat this incredible breakfast.
You know what is the surprise? Well, not really a surprise hit, but what I'm enjoying most about the Super Nintendo Classic right now is Mega Man X. That was a game that I never owned as a kid, but I rented many times, so I have a lot of familiarity with it, but I never really got to dig deep and find all the secrets and stuff. Oh God, it's a great game. It has such a different control style than Mario. It's like so tight. Elevation 6,741 feet. I need to start fact checking the things that I think, not the things that I say. I thought the elevation was very high. Then I read a comment that said the elevation wasn't. And then I just believed that the elevation wasn't high. And then I overwrote my memories of the elevation being high, and now I'm seeing it for real. And then I publicly declared that I was wrong about the elevation being high. Now, that may not be high to some people, but after going to Mount Whitney and how bad elevation affected me, which I don't know if you guys even know about yet, which you'll know about it soon enough. I'm currently at 700 feet elevation where I'm at right now. That's 6,000 feet higher. That would absolutely affect me. Anyways, that's just a reminder to fact check. Dude, it's like preconceived notions are such a danger to being able to think properly and clearly. So just one person told me that I was wrong. I instantly believed it and totally changed my worldview this whole time and thought that I had something to apologize for because I said something wrong. Now, there's been plenty of instances where that has been the case, but this was not one of them. And it's so troubling because you don't know when you should trust something that somebody says and when you should just be like, oh, they're wrong about that. You constantly have to vet everything, and especially with the internet where anybody can say anything, the vetting process becomes more than the actual living process. You're spending so much time vetting everything that everybody says that you can't just take anything at face value anymore. It's very disturbing when you kind of think about it. Just the other day I was talking about how my phone is kind of like Star Trek where I can just talk to it. I don't have to touch anything. It can send a message for me. I can talk to it and everything. And I was like, wait a minute, this is Google we're talking about. Closed captioning should be automatic by now because when they first rolled it out, it was really terrible. So I was like, I should probably check this before I do all this work. The automatic closed captioning is incredibly good. There's no need for me to do closed captions. So I just finished Yosemite because I was already in the process of doing it. I'm never doing the subtitles again for the episodes because they're plenty good automatically. We're living in the future. Oh, also, even when I was doing subtitles for a living, I always thought to myself, this is just this close to being automated. There's no reason that humans should still be doing this at this point. I just think nobody had invested yet into the technology. Can you guys tell how dark it is in here? Like in this room, it's so dark. Which admittedly is great for sleeping. It's not so great for actually feeling alive. So today I did my mile in like 6 minutes and 14 seconds. And those single mile times are just unfathomable. 4 minutes and 45 seconds is the world record, I believe, for a mile. I'm pretty sure that that is as fast as I can run, period. Let alone doing it for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Gotta stay on that stretching though. Ooh. So the other day I was about to talk about my percussion background and then there was a bunch of mosquitoes in here, so I ran away. So when I was going to school, most people started taking music in about 6th grade. When you were in elementary school, you took random music classes and it was just a bunch of kids pounding on little marimbas and playing recorder, and it was terrible. But in 6th grade, you can actually be in band and you get to pick what instrument you want to be in. And when I was in elementary school, our high school, they came and gave a performance and they had this one song called Rocket that had a drum set solo, no less, in the middle of it. And I remember after seeing that, I was like, that's what I want to do. So in 6th grade, I started out with percussion, like bells, drums, marimba. So it's a week or two into 6th grade, they give us little like music books and they say, okay, percussion section, you're gonna have to learn page 2 on your bell kit. And I took maybe an hour one day, I learned how to play it, and then we went into class and they said, okay, play it. I don't remember what it was. I was the only person who had learned how to play it. So from that moment on, I was the mallet guy. I'm sure many of you guys have read this book. It's called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. It talks about how talent is kind of a myth and lots of times it's just circumstances and environment. I was given praise for learning 1 page, and the only reason I was better than anybody else, because nobody had any talent, was that I had just bothered to actually learn it. And from that moment on, it set me up to be the mallet guy. So whenever there was a mallet part, they would always give me the part, so I would get more practice and I'd get better. So they'd give me more parts, so I'd practice more. And it was just this self-fulfilling prophecy where, was I talented at it? But also, just getting good at something makes you enjoy it more. So that led to me actually getting a marimba in high school because I liked playing it so much. Now, I actually had a drum set first. I probably got that like sophomore year. I got this like junior year. I played drum set. I can still play drum set, but I'm not very good at it. I don't practice. I don't really like practicing. But if the same thing had happened with this bell kit for the drum set, then I may have never gotten this and I could have been super into drum set. I don't know. So getting back on topic, so 6th grade, I joined band, 7th, 8th, all the way through high school. I kept playing band. I only did concert band, I never did orchestra, and I never did jazz band, and I never did marching band. I wish I had done all of those. I'm always very conservative about the things that I add to my life to my own detriment. So after high school, I went to Indiana University and I was trying to do like a music minor, and I was just like so hands off with like the whole process. Somehow I ended up being a music major. In the first semester, they put me in the top band. And I've always been very confused about it. I don't understand if they put me in the top band because they thought I was that good or just because they didn't have any space anywhere else. But in any case, every day I was like scared to death because I was like, what am I doing here? I'm not that serious about music. I'm not good enough. Remember there's this one song that had this weird time signature that I couldn't even read, and I kept messing it up. I actually never even got it right. We performed it in the concert, and then just when it came time in the concert, I just didn't play it. And then we went to the Midwest Band Festival, which is literally the biggest music festival for concert bands in the country every year. And man, I remember playing that, and we did a good job. I did a good job, thankfully too. But when I talked to the conductor afterwards, he was like, man, I was worried about you, Robby, but you came through like gangbusters. I'll never forget that. That was the funniest thing, that he said you came through like gangbusters. So anyways, at the time, it seemed like the perfectly right decision to stop being a music major. I've talked about it before, but timing is really everything because man, if I could choose what I wanted to study now, it'd be music composition. No question. I wouldn't go for film or any of that crap. That stuff is like very clear to me what you need to do. It's like you just put in the work and then you use your taste and judgment. But as far as like music composition, I would love to have an expert teach me. And I remember my music theory teacher, that guy loved music theory like nobody's business. And I learned a lot, but man, how much I could learn now with my desire to learn. Like at that time I was still in the mode of, why am I here? I don't want to still be in school, which I actually have given thought to going to school for music theory, but I can't stand the thought of having to go to a school schedule. But I would like to learn music theory eventually. In fact, now that I've said it on this vlog, like I feel like now is probably the time for me to make some headway and action into that. Because with the internet, man, you can learn anything. So I made the move to telecommunications as my major, which is just radio, TV, film, and then Japanese and music were my minors. Okay, with that, that's the stuff. That's gonna do it for today's vlog, everybody. Hope you have a good day. See you tomorrow. So it's the end of the day on Wednesday, October 11th. I am not going to do a vlog tomorrow. I'm just announcing it in advance because I want to get a bunch of the Whitney episode done. I started music today. So rather than be distracted by trying to edit a vlog and shoot a vlog, write music and edit an episode, I'm just gonna forego the vlog for tomorrow at least. So I will see you when I see you, probably another day or so. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. See you when I see you. So, this is either some unspeakable horror beyond words, or some delicious pumpkin stuff.